I've got a ton of new blushes. I did a short using the Vieve. These are fantastic. They might be the best liquid blush formula out there. Maybe even the best blush formula, period. They're absolutely stunning, easy to use. I'm not gonna use that though because I already have that in a ton of videos. I also got from Ami Collet this is the Desert Date. It's a multi-stick. You can use it on cheeks, eyes. This is, I got 2 shades. I got the shade Spice and I got the shade Dune. And Spice is more of a berry. Dune is more neutral. All right, again, these are the Desert Date Cream Blush and Lip Multi-Sticks. Their orange packaging with the inside designs is beautiful, by the way. Love their packaging. Also Kulfi. I'm getting there next, but their packaging is also really cute. 4 shades, they're $22, pretty reasonable. Cream formula, clean, of course, natural finish, fragrance-free. They are a Black-owned brand. It's a buildable soft matte cream multi-stick that gives cheeks and lips an effortless blurred tint. This beautiful shade Spice, again, is the rich kind of wine berry, and then Dune is this more neutral with a hint of rose. Let's see. Oh yeah, they blend out very easily. Those are pretty. So I have those. I've got, again, you already got the sneak peek from Kulfi. Their cream blushes are long lasting, also blurring. I have the shade Pinky Promise and Sandalwood Swirl. These are very beautiful, very pigmented. The Ami Collet is a much lighter pigmented product. These, however, so this is Sandalwood Swirl. Like, they're more pigmented, but they're still easy to use, which I really appreciate. And then this is the shade Pinky Promise. Kulfi is brown owned brand. Is that a thing? Minority owned. That is a thing, I know, because my company is. Okay. And there's Pinky Promise. I got a lot more of Pinky Promise than I did Sandalwood Swirl, so that's why there's so much there. All right. And then again, Spice and Dune from the Ami Collet. So I've got those 4. I've also, of course, I've already put these in a video, so I'm not gonna feature them in this, but these are, of course, the Charlotte Tilbury matte cream blushes. M Cosmetics has 3 new shades in their So Soft series. I will put on the screen right here the little reel I did with the swatches of those 3 shades. Beautiful formula. I'm not going to use these because I already know how much I love that formula. Oh, I did pick up, my local store had the new shade of the Cheek Clapper formula from Patrick Starr's One Size brand. So you've got your cream up here under your top flap, and then a matte and a shimmery version. I will swatch all 3 of these. So this is the cream, this is the matte, obviously, and then there's the shimmer. Beautiful, beautiful colors, beautiful formula. Cream, matte, shimmer. Very similar to the Dior Rosy Glow. So, similar, not exact. I will swatch the Dior for you below. Oh, that did not swatch very well at all. The Dior is an interesting formula because it's not quite as intense as everybody thinks it is. So this is the Dior down here. Much more pigment in the Patrick Starr One Size. So that's that one. And then the Haus Labs new powder blushes from Haus Labs. Got 3 of the shades. This is the Color Fuse blush. These have also been getting a ton of reviews, and this packaging from Haus Labs, look at this. It's not covered in all my fingerprints yet. That is so, that's really beautiful. And then the embossing, of course, with the H. It almost looks like, this is even nicer looking than the Hermes packaging. And yeah, beautiful. That's the shade Pomelo Peach. So this is Pomelo Peach. Next, we have their bright pink one called Dragon Fruit Days. Check that out. Woo! That's pretty. All right. That one is being swatched right here. Dragon Fruit Days. Wow, that's very similar. You know what? I'm going to swatch it up here so you can see it right next to the one size. That's very similar. So this is Haus Labs Dragon Fruit Days. This is one size Attention Seeker. Very close. So for the same price, you can get 1 powder or 3 different formulas of the same shade. I think the Patrick Star is a much better deal. I also love that format. The idea of doing 3 different versions of one shade in one palette is stunning. It's beautiful. Great job, Patrick Star. But these are beautiful too. I mean, come on, that packaging is way, there's no comparing. If packaging is more important to you, I mean, there's no comparing. This looks like a Polly Pocket, and this looks like high-end luxury makeup. But you get 3 versions and 1 of that. Okay, next Haus Labs color is Watermelon Bliss, and this is, as with most of the Haus Labs products, they are very pigmented, but also can be sheared out, so you don't automatically get stuck. But they work for multiple skin tones that way. Look at that beautiful color. That is stunning. All right. There it is. Ooh, that's beautiful. So we've got our 3 Haus Labs shades, Pomelo Peach, Dragon Fruit Days, and Watermelon Bliss. This is the Dior Rosy Glow, the 3 shades of the Patrick Star One Size Cheek Clapper. Again, this is Dragon Fruit Haus Labs. And then over here, we've got the Kulfi and Ami Collet cream formulas. So, lots of blush. Spice from Ami Collet and Sandalwood Swirl are pretty similar. So I'm going to use one of each of those on either side, and then I will put some powders on top. I think I'll do the Haus Labs powder in Dragon Fruit Days on this side, and then the one size powder on this side. So then we get to use almost all of these formulas and see how they go. So I'm going to start with Sandalwood Swirl, just put a tiny bit on the back of my hand here, warm this up, apply some, take some on the brush directly from the hand. Look how nicely that blends out. This formula is truly gorgeous. I just recently also tried the eyeliner from Kulfi, and I like it too. I got the brown shade. It's pretty nice. It blends out really nicely. Okay, that's a nice, just kind of neutral, warm, spicy shade. All right, so now let's go in with Spice from Ami Collet in the multi-stick on the other side, and that's the shade there. And this I'm gonna take directly onto the brush and see how that works. The Kulfi I had already tried. This I have not. That's pretty. I'm gonna take it just a little bit up into my outer part of my eye. That blends out nicely. That's really pretty. Now I need more intensity over here. There we go. I think that's a little better. I didn't quite have enough pigment the first time, but it does blend out really beautifully. I mean, it's so long wearing. It dries down and then it really doesn't budge. That is pretty. They are similar. They're not exactly the same, but they're definitely a similar shade. There's a little more radiance in the multi-stick. The Kulfi cream blushes, the Desert Date blushes are very, nope, Desert Date is the stick. What are these called? Mendy Moment are these cream blushes. I'm sorry, I didn't mention that before. They are the Mendy Moment. All right, so we've got our cream bases. Let's go in with some powder. I'm gonna put the one size in Attention Seeker over here on this side. And for that, I'm going to use a fluffy, I'm gonna use the blush brush from the Ariel set he did with Morphe. And I'm just using the matte shade in the middle here. And that's really pretty. That's so pretty. What a pretty combination. Again, one size Attention Seeker. Now we are going in with the shade that again is almost identical, and that is Dragon Fruit Days in the Haus Labs blushes, the Color Fuse blush. I am going to use the same brush. They're such a similar color. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. I am wiping it off aggressively on a towel. All right. Whew, look at all that pigment. I am going to tap. Whenever I have a very pigmented blush, I like to go in with a very fluffy brush like this. I think they're perfect. You can build up if you need to the pigment, but you don't go from 0 to clown cheeks right away. All right, so this side is definitely looking a little more matte, but I don't think they look drastically different other than more radiance over here, for sure. My cheek over here is bigger anyway, but there's definitely more radiance under here than there is over here. Can I help you? Oh, look at that cheek. That's intense. Oh, I love blush. Take a little bit across my nose, a little bit on the tip, a little more up here. Okay. I'm really, really pleased with this look and all the products we used today. All of the blushes we played with. Again, I'm wearing the Ami Collet multi-stick in Spice underneath the Patrick Star one size Attention Seeker matte on this side. On this side, I have the Kulfi Desert Date, no, Mendy Moment. The Desert Date is the multi-stick. The Mendy Moment is the cream tube blush from Kulfi in the shade Sandalwood Swirl underneath the Haus Laboratories Dragon Fruit Days powder blush on top. Rare Beauty Exhilarate Highlight. I like this look. I feel very vampy. I thank you so much for joining me to play with all this new makeup. Let me know if you have any questions, if you want me to compare anything else. I think I probably am gonna separate out the blush into one video and do everything else together. But yeah, Anyway, thank you again for watching. Stay tuned. I have a ton of more video content to film, edit, lots of shorts with swatches. So please subscribe if you have not already. Like, share, all the things, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.